guys, what's happening? I'm Daniel, this is Federica.
Hi guys.
On today's episode we are going to explore central London while in lockdown. For the last 8 weeks we have been locked down into Woolwich. We've played the odd game of tennis, gone for our daily walks and done a bit of exercise, but we haven't really explored London due to the restrictions. But now the restrictions have been let up, we're going to see what London has to offer, so we'll catch you around.
Mind the gap.
Alright, so we have made it to Canary Wharf. Canary Wharf is like the second financial district of London, and we actually work in Canary Wharf. It's all full of tall buildings and it's very, very nice actually. But right now we're going to hire some of these bikes. Now they actually cost £2 to hire for the day, so it's not bad. So our plan is to go bike into central London and then walk from central London and explore what lockdown is like. And there's a little trick as well, it's actually £2 per half an hour. However, if you put the bike back into one of these slots before your half an hour expires, that will be free. So you can just keep riding every half an hour for free as long as you dock it. So it's £2 for the day or £2 per half an hour if you don't dock it. So right now we're just going to put in the credit card, grab our bike, and then we're going to head off to central London. And we're on. So we've made it to Tower of London. So just behind here is where King Henry VIII murdered Anne Boleyn with the guillotine because she couldn't produce any boys. But the bike ride to Tower of London was not too bad. How'd you find it, Federica?
It was very good. This time was much easier because my bike was a bit smaller, so it was my size.
Yeah, for me it wasn't too bad. I mean, I'm used to biking anyway. But London has definitely turned it on. Behind you got the City of London with the walkie-talkie building. You got the Shard over there. And then just behind Tower of London, which we'll go to soon, is the Tower Bridge. So we're going to see how busy London actually is during lockdown. It does seem pretty busy. It is a Saturday as well. But let's see what Trafalgar Square or central London's got to offer. Not actually that busy. As you can see, there's just a few people here. Normally it's just packed full of crowds, so people are still staying indoors during lockdown and saying that the lockdown has eased, so we are allowed out. Okay, so we're actually on the Tower Bridge right now. Now this is not packed like it normally is, again due to the COVID lockdown, but it's still busier than I thought. You still got cars everywhere, people sightseeing, taking photos, running. It's still pretty busy, but not as busy as a typical tourist London day. Now I was a bit bummed when I found out how old this bridge is. I thought it was like ancient, like hundreds and hundreds of years old, but it's only like 120 or 130 years old. It was completed in 1894 or something like that. So I was like, oh, is that how old it is? I thought it was like just as old as the tower just behind it itself, but it's still an impressive building. Also, when the Queen dies, me and my boy Timmy found out it's called Operation Tower Bridge. So they'll bring these up and they do the whole 9-day ceremony for the Queen when she does finally pop off. But apart from that, it is quite impressive. So we've just had our lunch. We had the Tesco £3 meal deal. That is the goat of all meal deals that's ever invented on this planet Earth. You get a drink, a sandwich and a snack all for £3. Mine was a value to like £5.90, got it for £3. So it's a very, very good deal. Anyways, we were just at the start of South Bank, right next to Tower Bridge, we can see behind us, and it was very busy. It was almost like normal London standard busyness, even though everyone's in lockdown. Everyone was just tanning and sunbathing. Now we're trying to find a spot where I can fly my drone safely and not harass anybody, so get some nice shots of the City of London and also Tower Bridge. So we're now in my favourite part of London, South Bank, and you can see why. You've got beautiful view of central London. You got Tower Bridge in the background, you got Tower of London over there, and it's just a very nice walk across the Thames River. It's truly spectacular. So we're going to take you down and actually see if it gets more busy towards the London Eye. London City behind me, you've got all the amazing bridges. You can see St. Paul's, you've got that weird looking funny shaped building, no idea what that is, but this is an incredible sight. Whenever my friends come over to visit me, I take them here because this is an incredible place. You get to see the best of London, and on a day like this you cannot beat it. But you got a fake beach there which people are chilling at, and it is quite busy. It's pretty standard. I wouldn't say people think it's lockdown. People are out like us, they're just doing their own thing. But right now we're still on our way to Westminster and the central London, so we'll get there soon. Guys, we're coming up to central London, and one thing that I'm very upset and sad about is the Big Ben. Now, I arrived here in June 2018 just as they started construction or like renovations on the Big Ben. Now it's May 30th 2020 and it's still there.
And this makes me laugh so much, you have no idea.
So that, I've never seen that properly because it's always been covered in bloody scaffolding.
You can't see that you actually lived in London if you've never seen the Big Ben.
Yeah, so all my 2 years in here, I've been living here, it's been fake news, because I've never seen the Big Ben.
Favorite part of London?
Your favourite part of London? Yeah, mine's just down there, but you got the London Eye there. But that Big Ben, it's one thing I wish I could see properly, but it is what it is.
I guess we'll have to come back to London at one point in a couple of years.
Yeah, we do actually, so just so I can see that, I can tick it off and see it properly. But that's it there, so central London is west of this, so let's see what it has to offer. Okay, so we've made it to our next destination. They're just behind these trees here, but that is St. Paul's. Now, St. Paul's was built back in like 1200 or something, but then when the Great Fire happened, they had to rebuild it, and they copied the cathedral from Rome. That's what I've been told. I'm not sure if it's been true or not, but it looks identical to the one that was built in Rome before this one was built. As you can see, it's just coming into picture now. There you go, and it's huge. You get a beautiful view when you're inside right at the top of London. You get to see the London Eye and all of Waterloo. It's really incredible, but now we need to try and find a spot where I can get some nice drone shots. And again, this is quite busy as well. Like, there's still people sunbathing in front of it. So London, I would say, is not really in lockdown. You reckon as well?
No, not at all. Since the beginning, people were just walking around, sunbathing in the park. So yeah, no, it was not 100% lockdown in here.
Yeah, well, not compared to other European countries at least anyway. But even you can see here, like the architect, even from like 1600s, it's incredible. And apparently as well, another fun fact that I'm not sure if it's true or not, but I was heard that this didn't get bombed during the World War II bombings. It's one of the few buildings that remain unbombed. So this is, if it's true, pure 1666 architecture. So we're gonna try and find a spot where I can fly the drone around and get some shots. Okay, so we're gonna walk down this bridge here. Now, Federica's trying to look for something that really irritates me when you're walking and you see St. Paul's.
From here?
Yeah, you can see it from here. Or maybe not from here as much, but Obviously they didn't really plan for this because this bridge is relatively new. It's like watching one of those unsatisfying videos, and yeah, it really just painful to see. Can't really see in the GoPro maybe because I can't zoom in, but seeing the triangle bit there, it's just not in match with the pillars.
Because look, here, like here it really looks straight, kind of.
I don't know, it's just one thing that I noticed straight away and annoys me every time. Now we're actually at one of the most popular sites in London, but right now it is dead. And that's just the guards on the horses. You got one there, one there. We were here about 2 weeks ago. We actually got to see them changing of the guards. So that was quite nice. It wasn't the traditional one you see at Buckingham Palace, but for them to dismount and they do their military stances and everything like that, it was quite cool to see. And just down there we got Trafalgar Square, so we're off there now. But we're going to try and get some nice shots of these horses. Now Federica is absolutely dying for an iced tea or iced coffee, so we're trying to find one. But every Pret Manager, Starbucks or anything we walk past,
they're all closed.
it's all closed, so she's getting very upset right now. There's Little Frankie's American Italian favorites. She won't like that one either. We finally found a Starbucks, but it needs to be done by your app. So that's what Fed's doing now, downloading the Starbucks app to order iced coffee and me an iced tea before we head to Trafalgar Square. Thank you. Thank you. To Trafalgar Square. It's our final destination of our London tour. But right now you can see it's not busy compared to how normally it is. Normally you can't even sit on these because it's all just packed full of people, and this has all just got buskers around normally. You've got the nice waterfall out there. Fed's taking some nice pictures.
I love this place, it's so nice.
This is actually very, very nice, and it's not busy compared to normal times. I used to avoid getting to this place like the plague, sorry. Just didn't like it because it's so empty. It's quite enjoyable now. What do you reckon of our COVID lockdown tour?
I think we can't complain. I mean, we have good weather and there's amazing CC that we can just walk around.
I'm not sure how long this is going to last. The lockdowns are easing up, so more people are going to go out once they feel comfortable. So this is like a once in probably a lifetime. This will probably never happen in our lifetime again, that we're locked down for 2 to 3 months. But actually this is probably our last week in London. We're actually going to go to Italy next Saturday. We're taking the Eurostar to Paris and then Paris to Milan. Obviously our next vlog will be us traveling to France. Stay tuned for that one there. But we'll catch you guys up.